Hey everyone, today I'm going to try to attempt to show you how to put together an entire multi-pattern song within AUM using AUM, using all AUV3 apps. And without further ado, I'm not going to over-explain a lot of this stuff because I want to get this done as fast as I can, or this could go on a long time. I'm going to start with a MIDI channel because I want to use an external MIDI controller app. I want to use KB1. It's a great little app. You could use the built-in AUM keyboard. I just prefer to use this. There's no reason you couldn't use the keyboard. Now, the heart of this entire experiment is Digikeys. It's the only multi-pattern, all AUV3 sequencer I'm completely aware of right now. And we're going to use the standard track patterns that Digikeys offers, and it starts with channel 1 being drums. I don't want to use the Digikey sounds because this whole point is to show you how to use this to control all the other cool apps you have in AUM. I'm going to start with one that a lot of us probably have, is Ruismaker. And I could have set this up ahead of time, but I want you to see how this works. Ruismaker is going to be receiving MIDI from Digikeys. So tap next to the left and hit Digikeys. Digikeys is going to be receiving MIDI from KB1. So tap to the left and hit KB1. Now, I'm going to go ahead and open KB1. I'm going to start with drums, which is channel 1 in Digikeys. I'm going to change the preset to drums. And it does happen to have a nice little handy default template for Ruismaker right there. Now we're sort of set up. I'm going to drag this to the bottom, and because when I open Digikeys, it will fill the top half. It's great. When you open Digikeys, if you want to use your controls, your play and stop within AUM, then you'll need to hit the button here that says Host Sync. Got that? Host Sync. That's very important, or those controls at the top won't do anything. I was going to change the tempo. I'm not going to even bother with that today. Let me expand this so you can see this. It starts with the 16-step pattern sequencer. You can extend it up to 4 16-step pattern sequencers using this show range over at the left in the middle. I don't have a mouse. You'll have to look, sorry. So in other words, you can make it a 64-step pattern song. You can't do 16, and then you can do it and then copy, but for the sake of speed, I'm going to play everything live because that's the whole point of this experiment I'm doing today. So I hit 16 steps and change that to 64. To make it even longer, I'm going to change the speed here to half speed, which is really kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of doing it half time, but it also makes the pattern longer. It's a pretty cool feature, and you can change it to quarter, eighth, etc. You will need to select, I'm going to select the MIDI button here next to transport controls, and for MIDI in routing, I'm going to select channel 1, because the drums are 1. The tracks, it says tracks to the right in Digikeys correspond with your MIDI channels, 1 through 16. You can't change that as far as I know. The other thing you need to change to set up here is a couple things. You hit this button up at the top center where it says FX/out. Turn off where it says local synth, unless you want to use the Digikey sounds, and turn on MIDI out. Now, when you're doing drums, this is important, you need to tap where it says ignore scale. Ruismaker uses drums that are not in this C major scale we're using right here, so we want to hit ignore scale so it will pick up those MIDI notes. And that is it. Now I do need a tempo track. Let me close this. I do need a metronome. Okay. You double tap and it gets half size again. It's perfect. And we are set to start recording track 1. Now, the one thing, I can hit this all day and you're not going to hear any drums. For some reason, Digikeys does not pass MIDI through unless you're playing. If I hit play in AUM, now it's going through. Now, for the sake of knowing where I am, since it doesn't give me a pre-count, over where it says show range, I am going to hit auto. See, now it shows me that it's on pattern show range tenor 1, pattern 2. And when I get to 1, I'll start recording. The little round button and transport controls next to it, the red is record. I'm gonna have to wait for the next round. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me, I will answer. I will hit record. Have to keep an eye on the tab. There's no metronome count in, so I really got to keep an eye on this. And I'm on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add some pad. And I stop record, and here we go. I've got a drum track. Don't judge my songwriting skills. This is about how to do this, not the songwriting. All right, so we got a drum track. You know what? I'm going to use this same drums. I'm just going to do a 2 pattern, maybe 3, so you can see the thing. But I'm gonna go ahead and copy this pattern. I'll stop it. Hit copy pattern, and then pattern 2, and I'm going to paste that. And I'll paste it from the start. And now we have that same drum track on pattern 2. We could always change that or re-record it, obviously. Go back to pattern 1. The default here on bass is channel 2. So I hit track 2 and I've switched to my second track, which is bass here. I don't want to use the Digikey sound. It defeats the purpose here. So I'll go into FX, turn off local synth, turn on MIDI out. I don't have a bass synth set up. You know what's good for bass? We all know this, Model D. So I'll open Model D. I can't believe I'm doing this. I have no idea what I'm gonna play. There's nothing, no preconceived notions, because I want to really give you an idea. I'm just using presets too, obviously. I'm gonna hit play so I can audition these. Wait, I can go in the Digikeys, MIDI in routing, channel 2, KB1. We're gonna change this from drum pattern to classic keys. It's 2-octave range, which works out well because there's a big limitation in Digikeys. If you're looking here, it gives you 2 octaves. If you play a note outside those 2 octaves, if you're in a scale, it doesn't record it. Something I would really like to address with Paul, but it doesn't record it for now. If I hit play now, I think, oh wait, I haven't selected that to record. I haven't selected channel 2. Turn off all channels. It was playing the drum channel, so turn that off and select channel 2. That's pretty low, so let's take that up an octave. Make it something a little less drastic, maybe. That'll work. Again, we don't need to see Model D. We do need to see Digikeys. I've got it on auto. It just finished. Of course, I got to wait for the whole thing again. You guys have probably already got the point. This works. Let me change this to 64 steps. Again, I'm going to do half speed so I can extend the pattern even more. 2, 3, as on the show range pattern, and 4. And we're in C, so didn't hit record. So much for a speed tutorial. But it gives you an idea. It's working. I told you, you can't be any more informal. But it works. You have a little workstation in AUM if you do this right. There we go. Got a bass loop. Because I like to write this way, I'm just going to go ahead and do a bass pattern for 2. Select pattern, go to 2. Because if you finish the bass line, you'll finish the song. And hit play again. I really wish there was a pre-count. You know, I could get right into this, showing you guys how to do this. Change to 64 steps. Change that to half speed. I missed my boat. So that was a C riff. Now we'll go to F. Hit record so I don't forget this time. Riff for the second pattern. What the heck, I'm feeling ambitious. We'll do a bass line for a third one real quick. But you know what, I'm not gonna make this half speed. I'm just gonna do it regular. You can mix your speeds with the Digikeys. It's kind of a cool feature. So I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Let's just hit play. It's 16 steps. I'll do 64 steps, but I won't do half speed. Auto again, so I know where I'm at. It's on 3. Here we go. So let's go to track 3, back to pattern 1, and that was something in C. FX out, MIDI out, turn local synth off, and pick something. You know, we could turn these MIDI off on the, no we can't. We could turn, I'm gonna use we'll use a piano. A good piano is pure synth. Load that up. Pure synth, acoustic piano. I like this one. And this will be select Digikeys and channel, hit none and hit 3. So now it's just receiving MIDI from Digikeys on channel 3. We're still going to use this as a controller. Or on channel 3, pattern 1. Show range 1, I'll hit play, and it should default since this is, but I haven't hit. didn't do half speed. so it doesn't match up. You're seeing how it works anyway. You know, it's pretty, and it only records within those 2 octaves. So I don't know if there's a better way to do this. I'm sure there is. This is going to be an hour-long video. So that's erased. It's still in record mode. One way to see where you're at within the range and make sure you match with where this keyboard is, I'm going to turn record off, is to turn your local synth sound on. And then you will hear, you hit these notes over here where it's under, where it says all notes. You will hear the pitches of where it, right there. It's pretty much matched up with where that keyboard is, so we're good. One advantage of using KB1 is it has this 2 octave range, and Digikeys has a 2 octave range, so I'm not going out of line here. That'll be track 3. Everything's set up. You know, as long as you keep track of everything, this isn't that difficult. I'll turn the sound back off for the local synth, and we will have at it again. Except I didn't hit. Let's just go straight on in. Let's just hit track 4. We don't have a track 4. We're not going to hit 4. Let's hit pattern 2. And that was this. That's the F. Pattern 3. We didn't change that to half speed, so it'll be fine. Really sloppy. You could go to track 4. You could add another synth for a lead. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you a trick. I'm going to add another. Let's see what's good. I would ask you guys, but I can't. ISem is always good. And I'm just going to make this like ridiculously. I'm just going to show you the versatility of what you can do with this. Because it's AUV3, you have all these options. I'm going to open another MIDI channel. I'm going to put a Riffer in there. And I'm going to open Riffer. Okay, that was kind of weird. It's C major, 8th notes, 16th, down to like 9, and we're gonna make a melody track this to play with it. You don't have to play. You can use other sequencers. You could use a separate drum sequencer. You could use multiple sequencers in conjunction with this method. I do that a lot. I run chords through Mosaic, run You could run piano chords through an arpeggiator and then run the arpeggiator to another channel. There's a lot of versatility and a lot of options here. We're going to do this, and I am going to route Riffer into ISem and pick a sound. That's kind of weird. I don't even know what that is. All right, we now have a lead track. This should be interesting. It's kind of weird. I picked high notes. Anyway, I'll do quarters. I'd picked the wrong rhythm, so that's why it was out of rhythm. I just don't know what happened to my drums. I don't think I didn't copy the drums to that track, that's why. All right, so go back. We'll not use drums for the break. And so we've got 3 patterns and then a lead thing to play over it. Go to the bottom of Digikeys. Here's your song chain. Add pattern 1. If you want it to repeat, you hit step options, and you could hit 2. It'll repeat twice. Add pattern 2. If you want that to repeat, hit step options and hit 2. And then add pattern 3. We hit song mode, loop song, and ta-da, it's really bad, but we just wrote a song. Anyway, I knew the music wouldn't be very good, but I hope this helps some of you guys who want to go the all AUV3 route. There is a way to do it. This might not be ideal. You could always run multiple Digikeys. You could do, because it has the 2-octave range, you could do the other 2 octaves on a different Digikeys. You can, because it's AUV3, you can run multiple instances, multiple sequencers, multiple arpeggios, but it's a nice way to structure a song pretty quickly. I hope that helped you guys. Thank you for tolerating this amateurish effort, but I wanted to be amateurish so that you could show it's not that hard. I'm not a genius. All right, peace out, everyone. Thanks for watching.